Jose Rizal was a lot of things. He was a son to his parents, a brother to his siblings. He was also once a student, a friend and enemy to probably a lot of people. He was also a man of intellect and artistry. He was a writer and a doctor. Above all, he was someone who loved his homeland and its men. A hero is who he is. A Filipino who fought a brave battle. A fight aimed to shed no red for the elusive liberty of his country.
His country, the Philippines, driven by his undying love, Rizal wrote and dedicated his novels to expose the ills of Philippine society during the Spanish colonial era. The Filipinos were able to open their eyes to the truth that they were being manhandled by the friars. The novels also portrays the abuse, corruption, and discrimination of the Spaniards towards Filipinos. Rizal voiced strong opposition to the abuse of the Spaniards and conveyed messages that he hoped would inspire his fellow countrymen. At that time, Rizal was one of the manifestations of activism in the country.
The country during the 19th century had an act of activism that inculcated a new brand of political culture, meant to sweep the repressive political system of Spanish colonial government. Disillusioned with the hope of change in the government system, student activism emerged both as a political and cultural revolt against the status quo, largely due to the rampant abuses of the friars and Spanish colonial officials. Student activism did not arise from a vacuum, but was a response to the prevailing social conditions and a demonstration of discontent to the status quo.
Status quo, the current political and social conditions. These do not vanish from sight in a society, and this is the very reason why activism is still relevant until today. Activists make efforts for a perceived greater good. This is their goal.
The goal of activism is to bring change in society. It is fueled by the spirit of nationalism to go against injustices and inequalities. This is what oppressors are most afraid of. This might enlighten the people and collectively go against them. Activism brings awareness to the ignorant and voice for the silenced.